Mr. Odom, how many times have you stood before a judge and uttered those words?
Once.
Never?
Never.
I find that hard to believe looking at your prior record. 18 prior adjudications as a juvenile. For a 19-year-old to have that many adjudications as a juvenile, and then as soon as you turn 18 and become an adult, you are immediately in my court on two separate indictments. Two separate felony indictments. These are case numbers 25-CR-42968, 25-CR-42977, the State of Ohio versus Darren Odom. Mr. Odom is present in court with his counsel, Mr. Brenner, Ms. Tranter, on behalf of the State of Ohio. We're here for sentencing. There was a pre-sentence investigation that was prepared. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, the only thing that I have, we will defer to the court as far as sentencing goes. The only thing I would request is that Mr. Oldham be given a lifetime driver's license suspension. He does have 2 prior fail to complies on his record as a juvenile. While we do acknowledge it would be a Class 2 as opposed to a Class 1 suspension, it still gives the court an option to have a lifetime suspension. And I believe at this point, that is justified in Mr. Oldham's case. So we would be asking for that, as well as forfeiture of the firearm in the 977 case.
Anything from probation?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Brenner.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I know we had some conversations back in chambers. I know we've had conversations previously on this case as well. I know Mr. Oldham and his family pretty well at this point. I represented him as a juvenile here in Warren County. I know, obviously, his juvenile record, no way to sugarcoat it, is atrocious. He is still just 19 years old. He is 4 credits shy of graduating high school. He's indicated that he should be able to get that finished up in the next couple of months. That's a goal of his. He wants to be a businessman, Your Honor. And I will say, I think this is a situation where, unfortunately, he faced 0 consequences as a juvenile. And I think that led him to continue those bad decisions after turning the age of 18. I can say, based on my conversations with him and interactions with his family, I think 92 days is the jail time credit total. I think that those 92 days were a wake-up call for Mr. Odom. That's by far the most time he's ever been incarcerated. Following that, he was on a GPS monitor from November of 25 until May the 14th of this year. And, Your Honor, while he was arrested in Greene County, my understanding, first, that case was dismissed, and my understanding is that warrant was from January 26th, and the offense itself predated either of these incidents. I would ask the court to consider placing Mr. Oldham on a maximum period of community control with a significant amount of suspended time, and to give him the opportunity to show the court the kind of person that he is. Obviously, again, we have a number of prior adjudications, and then here we are in adult court, but he is still just 19 years old. He turns 20 in November. I know he's an intelligent young man, he's a thoughtful young man, and I think, unfortunately, he has, again, been with the wrong crowd and made bad decisions, which isn't to escape accountability. He's here because he entered pleas on both of these case numbers. But I did want to just kind of address that with the court, the fact that I know both he and his brother have been in trouble. And I think, again, it was a product of the environment more than anything, because I know his mother, and his mother is not the kind of person who would, I guess, allow her children to get into trouble if it were up to her. I know we had some discussions back in chambers. I wanted to clarify, his mother, in fact, her husband's in the Air Force. She moved to Colorado. My understanding is the intention is to relocate there for an ongoing period. I've spoken with Jerron. I think it'd probably be a good idea if he moved out there at some point to get away from the environment in Montgomery County. With that being said, Your Honor, again, 92 days jail time credit, and I'd ask the court to consider a suspended sentence. I know we had a joint recommendation of probation in this case.
Mr. Odom, anything you'd like me to know before I sentence you?
Your Honor, I just want you to know that I'm good at taking self-accountability in the things I do. And I understand I was wrong and it won't happen again.
Mr. Odom, how many times have you stood before a judge and uttered those words?
Once.
Never?
Never.
I find that hard to believe looking at your prior record. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The defendant tries to sound mature by claiming he takes self-accountability, but the judge immediately exposes his bluff, counting out a staggering 18 prior juvenile convictions one by one. Smug words mean nothing when your criminal record completely contradicts your story.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 prior adjudications as a juvenile. And we're talking pretty serious offenses here. We're talking felony receiving stolen property, several obstructions, a breaking and entering, carrying a concealed weapon, another breaking and entering, a grand theft, theft of motor vehicle, a burglary, another breaking and entering, 2 failure to complies, which is the offense you're in front of me for, another grand theft of an auto, felony receiving stolen property, and then there's is that a third failure to comply? How do you explain that? I mean, and then I look and see what the court has done for you. Suspended commitment, suspended commitment, suspended commitment. It doesn't seem that you've learned anything from your prior experience, extensive experience with the court system. Explain that to me.
Alright. I just feel like it was an eye-opener. What all this time I got over my head, and the felonies that could be stuck on me for a long time.
For a 19-year-old to have that many adjudications as a juvenile, and then as soon as you turn 18 and become an adult, you are immediately in my court on 2 separate indictments, 2 separate felony indictments, right? Mr. Odom, I got to tell you, here in Warren County, we take this very seriously. Running from the police is unacceptable, period. We had a deputy that was killed a few years ago because someone ran from the police and struck the deputy. So at this time, the court is going to make a finding. Well, first off, I've considered the pre-sentence investigation, the purposes and the principles of sentencing, irrelevant seriousness and recidivism factors. I am going to find today that you are not amenable to community control, and that prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and the principles of sentence, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. Number 1, community control would not adequately punish you and would seriously demean the seriousness of this case. Prison is necessary due to your extensive criminal history. So, on case number 42968, which is the failure to comply, the first case, the court is going to order you to serve 12 months in prison on the failure to comply count and 12 months in prison on the receiving stolen property. By law, those are required to be served consecutive to each other. Your license is suspended for your lifetime at this point in time. On that case, court finds that you're indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. You have 92 days jail time credit on that case. Under case number 42977, the court's going to order you to serve 12 months in prison on that felony, 180 days in the Warren County Jail on the misdemeanor, that to be served concurrent with the felony, that case to be served concurrent with case number 42968. Court again will find that you're indigent on that case. The handgun is ordered to be forfeited. Now you're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release. Is it discretionary on the F4?
Discretionary, yes.
Which means upon your release from prison, the adult parole authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate that supervision, you can be returned to prison for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. Now, there may be opportunities for you to receive up to 1 day per month for participating in certain education, vocation, or other programs sponsored by the Department of Corrections. You do have a right to appeal the court's decision of your sentence to the 12th District Court of Appeals. If you want to appeal, you must file your notice of appeal within 30 days of today's date. If you can't afford to pay for the transcript or anything necessary for your appeal, including an attorney, that can all be provided to you at no cost. Now, one more thing. I want to get your attention, sir. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think whatever has happened to you in the justice system before this has done you any good at all. So I'm trying to get your attention now. I will consider a motion for judicial release after you've served 6 months in prison and put you on community control. Now, condition of that is that I will not consider it if you go up to the institution and you get involved with the gang or you start breaking the rules of the institution. I'm just going to say no, and you'll serve out your time. But I want to give you an opportunity. I want to reach out and help you, but you're not getting the message so far. But I do want to still give you that hope that I plan on doing this down the road. Do you understand? Do you have any questions for me? All right, there's a deputy standing directly behind you. At this time, you are remanded into the custody of the Warren County Sheriff's Office for transport to the Department of Corrections.
Darren Oldham thought his juvenile clean slate would save him, but his 18 priors caught up fast. The judge handed him prison time but offered a rare twist, a chance at release in 6 months if he behaves. Was this a fair wake-up call? Let me know below. Like, subscribe, and see you next time. See you next.